I just got out of a meeting with my DHS caseworker, and she is threatening me once again to take everything unless I go and get a job. I explained to her I can't go and get a job. Actually, it's not even that I can't. It's that I do not want to. I have been on welfare for 13 years.
Welcome to Pegasus versus the World, where we take on challenges, comedy, trending topics, and some travel. City boy! City boy! All right, man. So I've been seeing a bunch of creators on YouTube, TikTok, reacting to this lady specifically. And her claim to fame is that she doesn't work. She has all these kids, so she collects a bunch of welfare. And with the welfare, there was this thing where she's like driving like this ill Tahoe, has a house, you know, all this different stuff. And so I just wanted to listen to this real quick and make an assessment of this. What I'm realizing is going on TikTok is people are creating concepts to get views, to get attention. And I don't know if she's one of them or not, but I keep seeing her face pop up. And now after hearing that first bit, I'm like, bruh, it kind of, you know, those kind of concepts eat at you where it's like these people want to take advantage of the system that you're paying taxes into, and just kind of like she literally said, because I don't want to get a job. But then I have to ask myself and just be honest, like, is this actually real? I realized that watching a bunch of these TikTok videos, I have to sit down and really calculate it, because we are in this unique world of information, misinformation, disinformation, attention seekers, fake news, and it is hard to distinguish what is real anymore, if I'm being honest. But I want to hear this lady out because I have seen so many people react to her videos. I saw this one. This one seemed a little ridiculous. So let's see what's popping. If you guys are here for this, like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm watching this. I think this is her channel. Courtney XO. This says food stamps, EBT benefits, cash assistance, Section 8, poor, poverty, welfare, welfare wagon, welfare queen, no job, lazy, unemployed, disability. Yeah. Oh, Lord. Lord have mercy. Let's see where this goes, y'all.
I just got out of a meeting with my DHS caseworker,
Okay.
and she is threatening me once again to take everything unless I go and get a job. I explained to her I can't go and get a job. Actually, it's not even that I can't. It's that I do not want to. I have been on welfare for 13 years. 13 years I have been on Section 8, so I haven't had to pay rent. Okay. Food stamps, cash assistance, disability. I don't even know how a job works. Okay. I don't want to work. That is the whole point. I don't want to work.
This can't, yo.
I told her she is not going to take my food stamps.
What is DHS anyway? I don't even know what that is. I remember I was on unemployment before. I've been on unemployment when I was probably like 18 or in my 20s. I used to work construction. They laid me off. I collected unemployment. And to be honest, I could have worked, but because the way I got laid off, I was like, oh, I'm eligible for unemployment. Let me do that and figure some things out. Now, the way I approached it was I collected the unemployment, and at that time I was battle rapping. So to pay my bills, I collected unemployment, and then I would win rap battles on the weekend. And that was actually what taught me kind of how to figure out how to supplement my income so I could live off of what I was passionate about, which was rapping at the time. Once my unemployment ran out, I started doing odd jobs, freelance jobs, and then I continued to perform concerts and do rap battles to pay my bills. And essentially that led me, I did have to go back to the workforce and do a bunch of stuff, but these little things in my life I started to learn. Now, I wasn't like, oh, let me go get a job so I can lose it so I can get unemployment, or, oh, let me try to get on food stamps, or none of that. None of that stuff. You know, I ran around. I probably could have been on Medicaid majority of my youth, but I didn't even know what Medicaid was at the time. And I never had health insurance. I literally, bro, I was literally a broke, starving artist, rapper, just making a little bit of money, paying my bills barely, going into debt. And that's just what I was doing. So it's just interesting hearing these type of stories. I didn't even realize the system had all these things that advocate for people, which is supposed to just help them, through the hard time till they get their feet, get back on their feet and then keep rolling. Sometimes it works well. Like my friend Don from the channel, his mom was a nurse going to nursing school, all this stuff, and they had to get on assistance for a while she was in school. And then she graduated, became a nurse. She's, never had to collect from the government again, but it was a helpful resource. But if this shit is real, this is insanity. This is real crazy.
I told her she is not going to take my food stamps. She is not going to take my Section 8. And I'm still not going to work. You trying to get me to work and me refusing is a you problem. It's not a me problem. I will continue to sit at home on my ass while the taxpayers work and support me and my children. Because if you are in America and you pay taxes, that is your responsibility. So, no, sweetheart, I'm not going to work. Thank you.
Yeah, that's wild. You know what's funny is some people really do think that. I don't know. Like, it seemed kind of genuine, but I don't trust it. Let's look at some of these comments real quick and go through this. Welfare is temporary assistance, not a lifestyle. Swag. How is she not in jail for fraud? I don't want to work, but here we are. Karen, people like you make me mad. No, sweetie, it's not my responsibility to pay for your children, just as you never expect as hold on. Just as I would never expect you to pay for mine. You are responsible for 50% of your children's expenses and their fathers the other 50%. Entitlement at its boldest. What the F you gonna do if she does take your benefits? Not a damn thing. When your benefits get flagged, they're flagged nationwide, and this video will most definitely hurt your case. There's no way this is real. Oh well, I think you're gonna be on the F around and find out side of TikTok. Jaw dropped. I hope my president fixes this problem. Man, well, you got some bigger problems with the president currently, y'all. Today I was watching some stuff and it seems like DT is on the Epstein files. We'll see. Nothing set in stone, but looks like he's on some of those flight logs. You need to get a job. They are allowed to take your food stamps, cash assistance, and housing if you don't follow their rules. Welfare is only for a temporary fix to help you get up on your feet, not to be living off of it for years. That's what is it? Okay, so all these people are pretty commonsensical. Let's go to her page, man. Hold on, let me just see. All right. My 12-year-old is 3 months pregnant with her 13-year-old boyfriend. This was planned, but now that it's here, she doesn't want it anymore. She refuses to let me adopt this baby and refuses. I can't read that part. Refuses her to get rid of it. Do I have any legal rights to this baby? I mean, what the hell? 1.9 million views? Dude, this woman is hold on. Yeah, terrible twos. There's her kid. She got her kid on TikTok doing a dance. What the hell? Hold up. Mama of the day, how I spent girls. She has 394. For entertainment purpose only, satire, rage bait, most hated, SAHM of 6. So she has 6 kids. But she's obviously making money off of TikTok. So I don't know. Maybe that is fake. Why does she have a GoFundMe? Hold on. This is a freaking rabbit hole, y'all. Bring Courtney. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What is her teeth? You probably found me from my TikTok asking to get bullied on my teeth because that means I get views. I am 35-year-old SAHM of 6 beautiful children and have been without top teeth for 3 years and my bottoms are rotting. I hate asking for help, but a smile would literally change our lives. Anything is appreciated. I hate going out in public, especially to my kids' sporting events, because of how embarrassing they must feel. Let's see. You got any bread? Anyone donated? And one person donated $5. Donated $5. So this is what's interesting. I don't know if she's doing herself of a solid. Yikes, those teeth are crazy. She's getting on here doing rage bait to make money. Telling you, like, she's basically seeing all these things in the social commentary space that people dislike or like politically angry about, and then she leans into it and says that's her to get people mad and to do comments and then get her videos up, which somehow she must be monetizing at some capacity. But then she's asking as a GoFundMe because guess what? The reality is she's probably not on welfare. She's probably not on food stamps. Or she probably, I mean, if she has 6 kids, depending on the deal with her dad, or it's not her dad, her baby daddy, she probably is getting some type of government assistance. And she probably gets on here and infatuates certain things and is hyperbolic. But because of that, no one wants to donate to her except for the one person who donated $5, which is crazy. It's wild. She's asked for $15,000 to get her I mean, that shit is expensive. That is expensive. If she loses those bottom teeth, she's gonna be out there giving they call it in the streets, they call it a gummy. Yo, if you know, you know. Those ladies with no mouth be giving that gummy. Yo, talk about some rage bait. She out here giving gummies. Damn, dog. All right. Courtney, mother of 6. It's crazy because they talking about, you know, we need more children and we're about to have a population collapse, and you run into these ladies who are having 6, 7 kids still. I'm like, that's wild, man. We actually went through the ringer trying to have our 2. You know, we should have 4, right? But 2 were born stillborn. So, you know, we tried, but damn, man, that's crazy. Anyways, look, man, that shit is unacceptable if it's real. People who actually do that or try to thrive off of this system, because what's ironic is she must be doing rage bait, but there are legit people out there manipulating the system. And we saw this in 2020 with the PPP loans and all the stuff. They're doing all these scams and fraud. Mad people went to jail for that. And there's people doing fraud and all this for welfare, food stamps. I remember being young, and my roommate was like, yo, this person is a crackhead. They're on food stamps, and they'll sell us the food stamps for money. So basically, you could buy, let's say, $200 worth of food stamps for $100. So your 100, you give it to them, you get the food stamps. Now you could buy $200 worth of food, and they go do whatever they want with that 100. And that was back in, like, I think 2003, 2004. I remember that. I was a young dude. So fast forward to now, you know, that's damn, if that was there, that's like what? 04. I said 04. Yeah. So 21 years later, people still doing it, and it's digital now. Come on, y'all. There are people out here exploiting the system. Why wouldn't they? You know? Anyway, you guys let me know what I got, what I missed. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.
City boy! City boy!